John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hello, this is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert. I have over 30 years of experience in the credit industry. I've spent time at FICO, which is the company behind the FICO scoring system, and Equifax, which is one of the 3 recognized credit bureaus in the United States. So today I'm going to talk about what exactly do lenders see when they do a credit check on you. So this is formally referred to as a credit inquiry. So an inquiry, which is a noun and a verb, a credit inquiry is what a lender does when they actually go through the process of pulling your credit report. They are inquiring about your credit. The noun, meaning the person, place, or thing, the inquiry is actually this physical cosmetic representation on your credit report that indicates that some company pulled your credit report and on some certain date. So we're going to talk about specifically the verb, meaning the actual inquiry into your credit report. What is the deliverable that the lender gets back when they do an inquiry? So the deliverable is going in, as it pertains to a lot of questions like this about credit reporting, and the answer is going to be, unfortunately, is it depends. It depends on a variety of things. So number one is the type of inquiry that the lender is performing. Does the inquiry indicate that the consumer has applied for some sort of credit, meaning it's referred to as a transactional inquiry, meaning you actually went into a bank and said, I want to borrow money, and the bank made you fill out an application and sat there and ran it to the credit bureau, and they inquired, they pulled a credit report. That's called a transactional inquiry, meaning that there is a transaction that's going on and therefore a credit report is being delivered. In that scenario, the deliverable, meaning what do they see, is customizable, meaning that they may get back as little as just the score, the 3-digit number, or they may get back the entire credit report, meaning everything that shows up on a credit report, or they may get back something that falls in between those 2 boundaries. So it really is up to the lender as to what type of information they want to take possession of at the time of an inquiry. So that's a good scenario for what's referred to as a hard inquiry. Let me give you an example of what occurs in a soft inquiry scenario. So soft inquiries, which are, I think most people know, if they know anything about inquiries, they know that a soft inquiry is something that appears on your credit report that is usually not the result of a transaction that the consumer has initiated with the credit bureau. Either a lender is accessing your information because they want to send you some sort of pre-approved offer of credit, or a lender is accessing your credit report because they're performing ongoing account management because you have some sort of an existing relationship with them. Both of those are entirely legal. They do not require your permission or your overt permission. And they do leave this soft inquiry on your credit report, which is entirely benign. So the question is, well, what do they see when they do that type of a check? Again, the deliverable is customizable. So there are going to be scenarios where the lender just gets back a name and an address. So if the lender is doing a inquiry on a consumer because they want to send them some sort of firm offer of credit or insurance, so that process is called pre-screening or prospecting, they may just go to the credit bureaus and say, hey, I want to buy 1 million names of consumers who live in this area of the country because I want to market credit cards to them and I need them to meet certain criteria. And the credit bureau is going to, run a program in their system and find consumers who meet the criteria that the lender has given them. And then they're just going to simply provide names and addresses to the lender, or more specifically, probably their mail house or whoever does their mailing for them. And so the lender in that scenario has taken possession of nothing. They didn't get anything back from the credit bureaus. They just know that these 1 million letters or pre-approved offers of credit that are going out in the mail, that these consumers all have something in common, which is that they all qualified or met some sort of minimum criteria. Certainly in the soft inquiry, the lender can take possession of more than just nothing, but it would be incorrect and factually inaccurate to say, oh, all inquiries get the same information back. They see a full credit report, they see a score, they see everything. That would be factually inaccurate because of the customizable nature of the inquiry. You, as the consumer, unfortunately, are not going to know what type of information your lender saw when they performed an inquiry on you. And it doesn't really matter, right? I mean, if you've got good credit, they're going to see good things about you, whether they're good scores or good data or both. And unfortunately, if you've got bad credit, they're going to see, some sort of a combination of a poor credit score or poor credit data. So hopefully that helps clarify the issue of what do they actually get. And if you have any questions, drop them in the section below and we'll talk again soon. Thanks a lot for watching.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.